Good day, yogis. This is Stephen Chang coming to you live from Simha Yoga Lab in Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the full streaming schedule, as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. My preferred way of payment is through Venmo, and my handle is Simha Yoga Lab. 4-digit ID code is 8096. Classes are $10. If you're having a difficult time right now, $5 is fine. Please share with your friends and let people know. I am streaming on Instagram and Facebook on the scheduled times, and then the videos are archived onto the postings. The same videos, same lessons are then uploaded to my YouTube channel, Simha Yoga Lab, and those are available for you anytime after they're uploaded. So there is a small lag in between the streaming and the upload time. So make sure that you're checking that. If you're not streaming with me, I recommend for you to go to my YouTube channel because the audio and the video is much better. So if you're not streaming with me on my streaming times and you're doing it anytime throughout the day, you might as well go there. It's a much better experience. You can also pull it up on your smart TV, so I think that's a big plus. Alright, so if you have straps as a prop, a towel, or maybe even like a belt. That's quite useful. Maybe if you have even like a TheraBand, right? Have them near you. If you have props like blocks, books, blankets, and towels, have them near you. It will be quite helpful for your practice. Today's class is basics, it's a level 1, so we're working with more basic poses here. I do poses that are not just yoga asanas, yoga poses, but also just movement therapy. So note that not everything we do in this class is strictly just yoga. I'm more concerned, especially with newer people coming into the practice, right? Or if you have any kind of tightness or kind of like lower or shoulder pains, right? A lot of what I do in this class is quite helpful for those types of minor pains, right? As long as you don't have a structural injury or structural dysfunction, right? So those are completely different things. You really should go to a proper therapist or a doctor and not follow necessarily just a video if you have those types of very specialized issues, right? Those require medical attention. But if you have just generalized pain from just sitting or laying down too much, something like that, then these classes are great because I just concentrate on basic movements so that you can loosen things up and kind of bring some mobility to your body. So having props, especially if you're pretty tight, they're usually pretty helpful. All right, so basic pose, the basic class, and if you're tightening the lower back of your hips, I really recommend sitting up on a block or a blanket while you're taking a cross-legged position. Right? So this elevation really makes it a lot more accessible for you to sit tall. And sitting tall is quite important. So since I'm talking about that just now, let me demonstrate. Now with elevation, right, it helps you to prop up and even helps you to tilt forward. So that's just much easier for you to take a seated position, right? Whereas those of you who are really tight in the back and the lower hips, you end up sitting like this, right? Because if you try to sit up tall, you end up either not being able to do that at all, or you end up rolling back, right? So you end up rounding the spine in order to counterbalance, right? That's why you're rounding, because if you straighten out the spine, you end up falling back, right? So elevation is the solution for that, right? So if you are here, if your legs are really long perhaps, and the hips are really tight, and you're really high up like this is just altogether just really quite awkward, right? So this doesn't work at all. But if you elevate, even if your knees are really high and you can't open more than this, you can at least help yourself to sit up and tilt forward. When you sit up and tilt forward, you can put more energy into opening up the legs and joining downwards, right? And that will help you eventually in the long run. It'll take a little bit of time for you to open it up to then be able to sit up taller, and then also to draw the heels in a little bit so that you're much more in a proper cross-legged position, right? You should really be toward the front of the shins instead of to the side of the legs, right? So if you're to the side of the legs, you really need to draw the heels further back and lean the weight forward like that. Okay, so that's your basic cross-leg position. All right, sitting up tall. Palms face up, fingers come to Jnana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. As you sit quietly here, evenly through your seat, lengthiness through your spine. Let the lips touch, eyes closed, and start to draw your senses inwards. As you connect to the breath, also start to connect to the seat and to the spine. With your lips gently touching, start to regulate your breath by breathing only through your nose. And with the inhale, crown of the head reach upwards toward the sky as you lengthen through the spine and broaden your chest. And with the exhale, ground evenly through your seat. Release all the breath and empty out. Inhale, lengthen, sitting up tall. Exhale, grounding and releasing. Take the next few breaths at your own pace. Three arms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer in front of the heart. Pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky. Setting your intention for your yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something, or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call and response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrava, Pavitrava, Sarva Vushtan, Sarva Vushtan, Gato Piva, Gato Piva, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Pudrikaksham, Pudrikaksham, Sabahya, Sabahya, Bihyandraha, Bihyandraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Starting to open the eyes, palms face up. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side, elongating through the left side of the neck. Draw the chin toward the right shoulder. Release back to center, drop the right hand, left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. Chin toward the left shoulder. Release back to center, drop left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side. Roll it back, opposite side, roll the center. Take a few more rounds in that same direction. Chin back to center and pause. Opposite direction. And then back to center again. Lift the chin parallel to the floor, neutral spine. Coming off your blocks and extend the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands to either side and turn your toes toward each other. And then roll out. Draw in, roll out. Draw in, outer rotation, circling the ankles. Back to center, switch them around. And then back to center again. Cross your shins. Opposite shin on top, the other crossing of the legs. Right, come back to your elevation if you need it. Take the arms up high, extend. Exhale, twist to the right. Back to center, arms up. Twist to your left. Back to center again. Side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Take it back up to center, exhale, other side. Center again, legs forward, forward fold. Now when you take your forward fold, with your side view, right? Try to avoid rounding the spine and shrugging your shoulders, right? So I want you to think about starting always from lengthiness. When you reach forward, you want to tilt forward from hinging at the hips. When you reach forward, if you cannot grab your feet, just grab your shins or your ankles, right? You want to keep and maintain this lengthiness, the integrity of that lengthiness, and then as you draw forward. As soon as you start to round, I want you to come back up and then re-measure that out. Make sure you have a neutral spine and then move forward from there. Now, your hamstrings are really tight as well. It might be helpful to bend your knees, but keep your feet flat so you're engaged in your legs, right? And supporting. Grab the shins, keep the spine lengthy, and hinge forward this way. You will get a much better lower back stretch. And that in the forward folds, whether you're standing or seated position, very important to keep a neutral spine to stretch your lower back, right? Because if all you do is round, you're just doing what the spine naturally does, which is round, right? So you're not getting any of that tension to your lower back for the lower back stretch. You're just rounding here and you're hunching. So this does nothing for you, right? So I'd rather for you to be higher, keep a neutral spine, and tilt forward just a little bit so that you can get the lower back stretch. That is far greater importance than if you just round. So keep that in mind. The integrity of that lengthiness and the proper lower back stretch, much more important than the illusion of a deeper fold, right? So that might look like it's a better forward fold, but it is far worse than if you're up here and getting the benefits of the lower back stretch. So keep that in mind. All right, let's come back up. Now, we have a choice here. First, grabbing your straps, your towels, or your belt, right? And I would say use a fabric belt if you have it, or an old leather belt. Don't use anything that's delicate because you'll be pulling on it, you'll be making creases on it, so why ruin a nice belt? All right? And for those of you who need to come back to elevation, come back to elevation. Right? I want you to find a comfortable seated position, but you can bend your knees this time, right? So I want you to bend your knees and step the feet to the floor if you can, and helping you to stabilize there. So if you're not using the blocks, this is what it looks like. Alright, so we're going to take your straps and extend forward. Right? So we're going to reach forward and let the straps release to wider than your shoulders width distance. Okay? And then with that, you're going to pull strongly here so you can create some tension. So already, if you're holding this right now, right, it is already engaging the lower back because she's still trying to sit up tall, right? And that sitting up tall position is quite strenuous. And if you're now pulling against your strap and pulling outwardly, your shoulders and your arms should start to feel some sort of engagement. Now, if stepping the feet to the floor is very difficult for you, you can pivot to your heels, but keep pressing the heels down. I want your legs to be stabilizing, okay? On the inhale, reach your arms up as far up and back as you can with full extension and keep pulling. Exhale, reach your arms forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. Inhale up. Go up as high as you can. Extend and pull. So now you're working on your arms and your shoulders. Right? I'm even shaking a little bit here, so that's pretty normal, I think. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your arms forward, release your legs forward. You're going to take your straps. You go round initially, just draw forward so you can take the straps to your feet. So let the feet separate just a little bit. So the end to end, the side to side is about a foot apart. Okay? Alright? You're going to inhale, lengthen the spine. Right? If you need it a little bit longer, so you can sit up tall with the integrity of the lengthiness, right? Go a little longer with your straps. You can always bend your elbows, right, to shorten it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Bend the elbows, keep that lengthiness, and lean forward. And this is how you can use a strap, a belt, or a towel to help you to come into the forward fold. Since you don't have the mobility to reach with your hands to grab your feet, your straps are your full extension of your arms, right? And then as you gain flexibility, as you go deeper into the pose, bending the elbows actually shortens your arms, right? And start to release. You're going to move the strap or your belt to one side and walk your feet a little bit wider. So now you're wider than mat's width distance. Right? You're going to switch hand position. Right hand to grab the strap on the left side. Now let's lean forward and grab as little of the strap as you can. Left hand to the floor for support. Re-lengthen your spine. So if lengthening your spine requires for you to release the strap a little bit, then release the strap a little bit. Again, to shorten your arms, just bend your elbow, right? So I want you to find lengthiness first before you lean forward even more, okay? So wherever you are, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend at the elbow to lean forward, to shorten your arms. Keep that lengthiness in the spine, right? As soon as you start to feel like the rounding, you need to stop, realign, then lean further forward. Now, so as you lean further forward, you're getting your lower back stretch, but also you should be feeling for a little bit of hamstring stretch too. All right, release, come back to center. You're going to stay to the left side, but switch hands. So reach forward and grab as close as you can. Raise your right arm out. And then as you pull into your left leg, right arm overhead for the side stretch. Keep your shoulders stacking. Now, for those of you where you lack the mobility to keep the stacking of the shoulders, your right shoulder starts to drop as you side bend and you start to face it down. Then I want you to come back up a little bit. Take a right hand behind you. Use that resistance to the right hand to your lower back so they can draw the right shoulder back in space. That is actually helping you to stack your shoulders as you then side bend to your left. You should feel more openness to rotate to the right with your right shoulder drawn back. Right, so hopefully that helps. Now, if the side bend is too much, then come up a little higher, stack, and then go a little bit deeper, just enough so that you're still side bending, but you're keeping the integrity of the stacking. All right, come back up, release. Take the strap to the other side. Right? So, you're going to take the left hand to grab the strap as close as you can, right hand to the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean forward with a straighter spine, bending the left elbow to shorten your arm. If you round your spine too much, then release the strap a little bit. Come back to that lengthiness first. Then, as you lean forward, bend the left elbow to shorten the arm to take it forward. Right? Also, the other reminder is we tend to lead with the chin forward, right? You see how my back of the neck is all crunched, right? So we don't want that. We want a neutral spine. So think about when you're on a higher position, think about the straight line through your spine, and then lean forward from that position. So as you lean forward, you should be looking slightly forward past your feet, right? And your neck should feel pretty relaxed and pretty neutral. And all the work should be to your lower back, right? And your lower spine instead of through the neck and the cervical spine. All right, let's come back up. Switch hands, right? So lean forward and grab the strap as short as you can. If that forces you to round, or if you know that you don't have that mobility, come a little bit higher into the positioning. Raise your left arm out to side, extend left arm overhead, and then side bending to the right, but bending at the elbow and pulling into the strap. Right? If your left shoulder starts to drop and you start to rotate to face down, that means you need to modify position of the left hand behind you. Let the left shoulder lift up and back, so now you're stacking a little bit more. You can start up a little higher, right? Do that stacking. So you're rotating to the left, and then pull into the strap to side bend to the right. So keep thinking, rotating to the left and stacking your shoulders as you side bend to the right. So this is side stretch in a straddling forward bend. All right, take it back up, remove the strap or your towel. Take the hands to either side, rotate your fingertips outwardly, support with your hands. Then, if you have a little bit wider of a strap in a seated position, take it. Again, you need to elevate, right? Elevate a little bit. Now, with your hands rolling back, your shoulders should be broadening, and your shoulder blades should be kissing toward each other. And this should give you a broadening of your shoulders. You should feel like this is happening with your chest and your upper back, wrapping back in space, engaging the tips of the shoulder blades, right? So that helps you to broaden your chest. Lift through your sternum. Now, you're not looking up really high, you're just looking slightly up and forward, and that helps you to broaden your chest. Then lead with the heart center, not with the chin, but with the heart center. Lead through the heart center forward. Then press your fingertips strongly to the floor to give you resistance. Keep the heels reaching out. Go as far forward as you can without rounding, right? So you might get to a certain point and you start to round. I want you to stop. Come back to the point where you can keep that lengthiness. Stay there. Take a breath or two. Then press into your fingers and lean forward through the heart center. So that's what keeps the neutral spine when you think about the heart center reaching forward as opposed to the chin. And begin to release, come back up. Keep the legs as they are. Twist to your left, left hand behind you, right hand to outer left leg. Lengthen your spine, and then pull against your outer left leg to twist. Back to center, other side, right hand behind you, lengthen your spine, right hand to outer, left hand to outer right leg, and twist. Take it back to center with your hands. Support the inner thighs above the knees. So when you pull up, the knees will naturally bend. Take the soles of feet together, or move the heels further forward. Grab the insides of the feet or thread the arms underneath and take a very rounded back forward fold. So it's a very easy forward fold. So in this one, because we want the restorative aspect of this forward fold, we are allowing ourselves to round the spine. All right, take it back up. All right, so everybody's facing forward. Now, you're going to either take your block or you're going to take your blanket or your towels and roll it up to like a nice bolster. Right? So you're squeezing to your inner thighs like this with a blanket or a towel, or you're taking your block to the inner thighs. Right? Stepping the feet to the floor. Again, if stepping the feet to the floor is very difficult for you, you can pivot to the heel. But make sure you flex your feet and then your legs are engaged. You are squeezing the block through the inner thighs or squeezing through your blankets. Alright? So first, starting here, lift up, reach your arms forward. Then you're going to lean back just a little bit and lift back up. Lean back, lift up. Lean back, lift up. Lean back, lift up. Lean back and hold. Squeeze the block. Keep the spine straight. If you tend to ground, right, like this, I want you to think about lifting the chest and leaning the head back, and the gaze should be forward about 45 degrees or so, because that's the same angle as your torso. Keep squeezing the block. Your legs should be very engaged. So by now, your core should be feeling like it's quite active, and your lower back, because you're holding this weight, is quite active as well. So you're holding for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift back up, release your blocks. Inhale, raise your arms up high. Exhale, reach forward. So without the strap, either reaching for your feet or your shins, right? Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Alright, so this is a chance for you to restore and release your lower back through a forward fold and a stretch. Alright, come back up. Let the feet separate about max width distance again, right hand behind you. Left arm is forward, about parallel to the floor, your elbows soft, your fingertips are soft. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. We'll take 3 more, but this time you will wind it to left a little bit wider. Exhale, twist further to the right. Inhale, wind it up to the left a little bit more. Exhale, twist deeper to the right. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist. Stay twisting to the right. Back to center, release. Left hand behind you. Right arm parallel to floor, right elbow is bent, fingertips are soft. We'll do 3 a little bit easier and 3 a little bit deeper. Alright? So, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. This time, inhale, wind the right arm further back. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, wind it back more. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, wind it back. Exhale, twist deeper and really twist. Stay here. Release, back to center, keep the legs separated, gazes forward, take the hands back, rotate again, your fingertips outwardly, holding the hands slightly back behind you. Then I want you to lift your chest, broaden your chest, kiss your shoulder blades behind you, and gently looking up and holding here. Right? Especially for those of you with bad posture, you tend to round your spine a lot. Then, on top of that, you're sitting in front of the computer for hours on end, and then at the end of the day, you're sitting, leaning back on your couch, rounding some more, watching TV, right? Or staying on your computer and looking at your phone or whatever. So constantly, this rounded position, right? So this lift of the chest and looking upwards is the reverse, right? So we need a lot of heart openers like this to re-structuralize our posture. Exhale, release, come to a more neutral position. All right, lift again, broaden your shoulders, gently looking up. And this time we'll take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to neutral and just release. You don't have to round too much, just let the shoulders relax a little bit. You might even reach your hands in a little bit. I'll give you elbows and your upper arms a little bit of release as well. We'll do that one more time. All right, reach back again, press your fingertips down. Lift your chest, broaden your shoulders by kissing your shoulder blades behind you, and then gently looking up. Feel the energy of the heart center reaching forward and upwards. You're actually pointing slightly up. Start to release. Bend your knees. Take the knees to one side. Swing the legs back behind you. And then coming into your down dog position. Pedaling on the legs, side to side. Now down dog, your hands are about shoulders width. Fingers wide spread. Either your middle fingers or your index fingers point straight forward. And they are separated about shoulders width with your hands. Feet are about hips width distance. Toes are pointing forward and they are symmetrical and parallel to each other with your inner feet. Alright, so now let's come back to stillness. Press firmly into your hands, particularly into your fingertips, your knuckles, and the pads of the hands. And a little bit lighter on your wrists if you can. Bring more work through the fingers, right? So that you're not pressing all the way to your wrists. And the heels are reaching back and downwards, but the heels actually do not touch down. You always want a little bit of space between the heels and the floor so that you can always work a little bit deeper by lengthening the back of the legs and shifting the weight further back. Let the head release. Start to walk your feet forward toward your hands. And take the feet wide, about max width distance. Bend at the knees. With the knees slightly bent, also lean the torso forward, grab opposite elbows, and just dangle your weight forward. Now, if you have a little bit more mobility, and you feel like you can lengthen out the legs as you dangle forward, and go ahead and lengthen out the legs. If that's very difficult for your hamstrings, then bend your knees instead. Now, when you bend the knees, you do get the added advantage of feeling like a stretch to your lower back. Whereas if I stretch my legs out, I get much more to the hamstrings and a little less to my lower back. So, take the one that is your preference. All right, let the hands release. Hands come down to the floor. For those of you again who need a prop to touch the hands to the floor, take the hand to a block, to a water bottle, or to your book. Then with your feet separated max width, bend your left knee, keep the right leg extended, and reach your right arm out and up to twist. Right, so you can be on the highest setting of the block, you can be on the middle setting, or you can be to your lowest setting, or even no block for an extension. And then take the right hand behind you, half bind. Now the right hand to your lower back, or if you can reach for your inner left thigh, you can take the inner left thigh. And then stack to twist. Release your right arm back up, right hand comes back to the floor, lengthen out both legs the best you can. Then switch sides, right hand to center. Bend your right knee, lengthen out the left leg. Now notice also the right hand is about a foot forward from your toes. That will help you land it right around where your shoulders would be, right? So that you don't end up with the arm behind you like this, and the arm in this slant is not going to help you bear weight. The hand underneath your shoulder will help you to bear weight. Alright, so right knee bent, left leg extended, raise your left arm up to twist. Again, hand to a block if you need it. Then half bind, left hand behind you to your lower back or your inner right thigh and twist. Release, take the left hand back to the floor, bend both knees. Now if you have your towels or your straps, have it near you and grab it. With both hands supporting, bend at the knees, let the seat drop a little bit. Right, so with the knees bent, you reduce the stress to your hamstrings and your lower back, so that when you come up, you're not going to hurt your hamstrings and your lower back. So when you start to think about lifting, lift the head and the upper back. So you're now coming back to a straighter spine. Shift the weight back toward your heels. So if you have your strap, grab it and take it with you. As you lift, use the strength of the legs to carry you up. Alright, so you're facing forward. I'm going to turn to face you. Let the feet stay slightly separated. Alright, so this will give you better support. Again, take your straps, or your blankets, or your belts. Now, take the strap wide enough, right? Pretty wide, so that you can take the arms overhead and without bending the elbows too much. You will micro bend, right? But you don't want to bend it so much. You want to bend it just a little bit so that you can get the arms behind you. So as you go further back, you can release a little more strap. You want to comfortably be able to sweep the arms like this, but you don't want it to be so loose that there's no tautness to your strap. You want the strap to be fully extended, and you want to be pulling against your strap when you take this rotation into your shoulders. So you're actually rotating into your shoulders, okay? So hopefully you have all that. Extend the arms. Reach your arms forward, up, back, and down. Up, forward, and down. Forward, up, back, down, back, up, forward, down. 5 times. Forward, up, back, down, back, up, forward, down is 3. Forward, up, back, down, back, up, forward, down is 4. Forward, up, back, down, back, up, forward, down is 5. And let your shoulders release a little bit. Right, shaking them out. Keep the same distance. Actually, you know what? We'll show them again. All right, once you release. All right, let's remeasure. You're going to release the strap, and again, grab your strap, center, go about shoulders, a little bit wider than shoulders, okay? Reach your arms up. You're going to pull with your right hand so that you can stretch your left arm, left shoulder. So keep pulling with your right hand. If you want to add on, you can side bend by tipping to the right. Now you may be going more into your ribs as opposed to your shoulder joints. Alright, take it back up. Switch sides. Pull with your left hand. Right arm reaching up and a little bit off to the left side. So pull actively with your left hand. So right now, you should probably feel this right into your outer shoulder and the outer shoulder joint. Maybe even to the underside of your shoulder joints a little bit, right? But not so much in the ribs. Until now, you're going to tip over to the left a little bit. Now, the stretch goes a little bit further down to the outer ribs on the right side. And take it back to center. Release your arms forward and down. Keep the distance of here. We'll take that one more time. Let the shoulders release. All right, take it forward and up. Pull with your right hand. Keep with the vertical line first, right? And as you pull, you're going to get more into your shoulders. Keep pulling with your right hand. Let's start to tip over to the right for the left side stretch. And start to release. Pull with your left hand, you're much more in a vertical position. So you should feel the stretch in the outer right arm, outer right shoulder. Then start to tilt over to the left. Now you're getting a little bit more toward the ribs. And start to release. Come back and let shoulders release. All right. Strap your prop go. I'll give you a side view this time. All right, we'll roll the shoulders. Reach your arms forward. You're going to lift, draw back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward 2 more, up, back, down. Forward, last one, up, back, down, forward, and release. And then we'll take it to the other side, arms forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward is 3, 2 more, down, back, up, forward is 4, down, back, up, forward is 5, release. All right, come to the front of the mat. On the inhale, reach arms, forward and up. Exhale, bending the knees slightly as you take the hands to the floor. Step the right foot back, ground the back heel, warrior 1. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Modifying elbow to the leg or hand to the floor, right arm up. Right palm to face down and reach forward. Extended side angle. Right arm up and back behind you. Half bind to step. Keep the half bind. Inhale, come up. Reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back, but not left foot stepping back, but right foot stepping forward into a forward fold. Sorry about that. Bend the knees, rise up, chair. Lengthen, lift up, lean back. Exhale, hands alongside. Inhale, reach arms, forward, up and slightly back. Exhale, bend the knees as you take the hands to the floor for support. Step the left foot back and ground the heel to the floor at an angle. Inhale, raise the arms up and the torso up, warrior 1. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior, right arm up and back. Exhale, side angle, modifying elbow to top of the leg, or the hand to the floor is a little bit deeper. Left arm reaching up, side angle. Left palm to face down and reach forward. Extended side angle. Left arm up and behind you, half bind. Stack the shoulders. Keep the half bind. Inhale, come up. Reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor. Then step the left foot forward. Stand, forward bend. Feet together, knees together. Bend knees. Rise up, chair. Lengthen out the legs, lift up and lean it back for back bend. Exhale, bend the knees to dive forward. Fingertips to floor, bend the knees and stepping the right foot back, ground the back heel down, warrior 1. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Lengthen out the left leg, triangle. Tip the right hip back, left hand forward. If you want to modify, left hand a little higher. You can slide it down for a little bit more intensity, but if you have the full position, left hand all the way down, right arm up, and that's your triangle. Right palm to face down and reach forward. Extended triangle. Then right arm up and behind you, half bind for the stacked shoulders here. Keep the half bind. Now, to come up safely, you can bend your left knee just a little bit so you don't have to depend on your hamstrings that much. And then come all the way back up as you lengthen into reverse triangle. This time, bend the knees. Step the left foot back and lower all the way down to the belly. Keep the hands alongside the ribcage. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower arms all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little higher. Exhale, lower arms all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. Exhale, all the way down. Tuck the toes under. Press back up into a plank. And then down dog. Step the right foot forward, low lunge, left foot forward, standing forward, bend. Feet together, knees together. Rise up, chair. Lengthen out the legs, lift up and lean back. Slight back bend. Exhale, come back to chair, and then dive forward. Fingertips to the floor, bend the knees. Step the left foot back, ground the back heel down, warrior 1. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Lengthen out the right leg, triangle. Tip the left hip back, right hand forward. If you're modifying, tight hamstrings, take it a little higher. If you have a little bit more and you to go a little bit deeper, or take the right hand all the way down, triangle, left arm reaching up. Left palm to face down and reach forward. Extended triangle. Left arm up and behind you, half bind, let your shoulders stack. To come out of the pose, take a slight bending of the knee so that you can come up, then lengthen out the right leg as you take it back into that reverse triangle. And go ahead and bending the front knee, hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back, plank, lower all the way down to the belly. Hands alongside the rib cage. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower arms all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little higher. Exhale, arms all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. All the way down, tucking your toes under, press up into plank, and then down dog. Step the left foot forward, low lunge, right foot forward, standing forward bend. Feet together, knees together. Bend the knees, come up, chair. Lengthen out the legs, lift up, slightly leaning back. Come back to a vertical line, hands together in prayer. Stepping on the left foot, pick up the right knee, and then tree pose. Open up the knee to right side. Now step the right foot to the inner left leg. Try to go above the knee joint if you can. If that's too tight for your hips and it throws off your balance, then go below the knee. That should make it a lot easier for your hips, and so that you can find more balance here. Hands together in prayer, arms up and out. Right, so wherever your foot positioning is, you want to step the right foot strongly against the inner left leg. Inner left leg back into your right foot, so the two pressing against each other gives you really a strong pillar to balance on. The gaze is to the floor, slightly ahead of you. Arms are up and out in a wide position. I like to take the Yana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. You can just expand the arms and just reach if you want. So there might be some small movements, right? Just keep rebalancing. The more you take these balances, the more your brain will learn to balance, and it gets easier as you keep repeating these poses. All right, let's break. Arms up, draw the right knee forward, step the right foot down, and walk it out side to side. All right, come back to center. Feet together, knees together. Shifting to stand on the right foot, pick up the left knee. Open up the knee to left side, grabbing that foot, take it to inner right leg, above the knee joint or below the knee joint. Then hands together in prayer, reach up and out in a wide position. Steady balance. Left foot stepping strongly into your inner right leg back into left foot. Ground through the heels down toward the floor. Reach the crown of the head up toward the sky. Extend through your Yana Mudra or your fingers. Begin to break. Arms back up, draw the left knee forward, step the left foot down. And again, walk it out side to side. All right, coming back to center, step the feet together. Stepping on the left foot, pick up the right knee. This time, right hand to right knee, left hand to left hip. Open up the knee to right side. Keep the gaze looking forward if you're checking in your balance, or if the balance is easy and you want to challenge your balance, you can look over your left shoulder. All right, let's come back to center. Step the right foot down, walk it out, side to side. All right, second side. Stepping your right foot down, pick up the left knee. Left hand to left knee, right hand to right hip. Then open up the knee to left side. Keep your balance, looking forward to the floor or looking past your right shoulder. Start to release, come back to center. Draw the left knee forward, step the left foot down, and walk it out side to side. Alright, one more balance. I'll turn so that you can see my right side. Step, Shiva Nataraj, dancing Shiva. Stepping on the left foot. Reach your right arm forward, bend your right knee, draw the right heel back. Notice the palms are facing the left side of the room and the thumb is facing up. When you start to transition to reach your right hand back behind you, do not allow the right hand to rotate. Keep in this orientation so that when you sweep the right hand back behind you and grab the inside of the foot, the arm, the shoulder is in outer rotation, much more neutral position with your bones and your muscles. Left arm reaching forward. Then, as you lean forward, kick back. Right? You don't have to go that far forward. It could just be a very slight leaning forward and a strong kicking back. Right? So you're looking for counterbalance, and depending on your mobility, depending on your level of balance, you can go further. Right? So that all depends on where you are today. Alright, let's start to break. Make your way back up, step the right foot down and walk it out side to side. This time, I'll give you the left side. Actually, maybe this time I'll give you the forward so that you can see me. Right? So again, when you reach your arm forward, when you reach back, you want to keep the hand in the orientation. You do not want to turn the hand. Okay? Alright, second side. Come back to center. Stepping on the right foot, extend the left arm forward. The palm is facing the right side of the room. Right? The thumb is facing up. Keep the hand in this orientation. Draw the left heel back. Sweep the left hand back behind you without turning the hand. Grab the inside of the foot. Then realign your hips. Reach your right arm forward. As you lean forward, kick back. And so again, you can be further forward, or you can be higher. It all depends on your mobility and your level of balance. Alright, let's start to break. Come back up, step the left foot down. Alright, come back to stillness. Start to bend your knees and lower the seat down. Seated spinal twist. Keep the left leg extended. Step the right foot to the outside of the left leg. Now, you want to flex your left foot, toes point up and pull back. So the back of the left leg is pressing down to the floor. Then step the right foot forward to the outside of the left leg and you want the foot flat. Seat are evenly grounded. Spine is lengthened. Right hand behind you. Left hand to outer right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Now, if you have a little bit more depth in the pose, you can take the left arm, left elbow to top of the right leg and twist. Keep the legs as they are. Inhale back to center. Exhale, counter twist to the left. Center again, switch legs. Right leg extended, flex your right foot, ground the back of the right leg to the floor. Step the left foot over. Left foot should be flat to the floor as well. Seat or grounded. Left hand behind you, lengthen through the spine. Right hand to outer left leg and twist. And then, if you want to go deeper, you can take the right elbow to the top of left leg and twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Back to center again. Extend the legs forward. Hands to either side. As you slide the hands out, you're using your hands to help carry some of the weight of your torso so that you can lean back nice and gently. Keep the left arm out, draw the left knee in, and twist to the right. Recline, twisting. Try to keep your left arm, left shoulder blades flat to the floor. Back to center on the inhale, switch legs, switch arms. Exhale, twist to your left. Keep the right arm, right shoulder blades flat. And take back to center again. Hug both knees in. And gently step the feet to the floor. Slide the legs forward, separating the feet, toes turned out. Arms alongside the body, palms face up, and let it all go. Shavasana, final relaxation. Begin to take your breath back in and start to move the fingers and toes. When you're ready, reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions. Roll over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. Reconnecting to an even seat, lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together, praying from the heart. Bowing forward, sealing the practice. Come up. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the full streaming schedule, as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. Venmo is my preferred way of payment, and my handle is Simha Yoga Lab. And the 4-digit ID code, if you're prompted for it, is 8096. Classes are $10, and if you're having a difficult time, $5 is fine. Please reshare or repost my Instagram and my Facebook postings. I am streaming live on those two platforms, and then the videos are then posted as IGTV or regular postings on my Facebook. The same videos are uploaded to my YouTube channel, Simha Yoga Lab. And my YouTube channel has better quality of audio and video. So if you're not actually streaming with me on Instagram and Facebook, you should probably go to YouTube instead. And also pull it up on your smart TV. It'll be a much better experience for you. All right, so those are really great options for you. Please take any one of them. Please share with your friends and let them know. Thank you again for your time. Be well, take care. I will see you soon.